Episode 2, Part 3. So now we see all of the rest of the girls are getting on a separate plane. So the main girls got a jet, and these girls got their own plane. So they're still riding Zeus Air. So you see Tasiki and Meatball bonding. They having a good time on the plane. Everybody's in good spirits. So I do find it weird how the other girls are just kind of popping up. But we also have Tinkerbella, Slim Too Bad, and I believe the third girl was Wendy on this plane with them. Now remember I told y'all Biggie is a confessional gangster and she just try to say shit that sound cool on TV? Remember in this plane that she said she hoped the house is not segregated because she want to see if everybody could take the heat in the kitchen. But as soon as you get in the house, you going to get punched in the face and do nothing about it but cry, right? Okay, so the house this season is very nice. The Claremont twins even said that it was an upgrade from the BGC house, but that's not really a surprise because they was on a late season of BGC. And if you know anything about BGC, after like season 10, the budget got very low. They had so many lawsuits. And Aubrey basically said that she noticed a lot of the other girls, they kind of act like they never been nowhere before. Yes, it's a nice house, but when you get somewhere, act natural. And I say that all the time. These girls act like they never been nowhere before. And that's why they get so up under Natalie. It's like nobody never did nothing like that before. Nobody never took them to these kind of places before. So it's weird. It gets to be a weird relationship. Aubrey said, these girls get very excited for things. I want to see the master. So they run upstairs and they all start picking their rooms. Then Natalie gonna say it's time to get the Claremont twins drunk because, and make a weird stupid face. Like, girl, you give me such pimp madam vibes, it's ridiculous. Like I said, everybody talk about Jocelyn being a pimp. Natalie's the real pimp. She want to get them drunk so that they could shake ass on camera, maybe flash the camera. She just trying to get the most salacious material out of them possible. So she want to get them drunk. Kept telling them to take big shots, like weird predatory behavior. So a little while later, Biggie, Tasiki, Mariah walk in. So now you see everybody standing there and they start talking about the room situation. So two things. Natalie's like, oh, I always get stuff for the rooms. I get stuff about the bunk bags, this, that, and the third. So Biggie like, I hope it's not no bunk beds in here. Natalie gonna say, I don't know. We haven't walked around the house. Natalie, you're either lying because if you're the one who has a part in booking this, then you know what the fuck you booked. Or number two, you don't even have a part or a say in the houses that y'all book. Which goes back to people saying that your EP role is kind of just a name and because you the face of BGC. So Biggie's like, so y'all already picked y'all rooms? And Natalie like, yeah. Because it looked like they've been there for a couple hours before them. Now, of course, that's planned. Clearly, the jet was scheduled to land before the plane. But Biggie, you already know that. And that's what I said before. Biggie wants to be up under Natalie. She wants Natalie to like her enough and say, I want you in the main house. Or Zeus or whoever has the control over that. If they don't like you that much and they only inviting you back and telling you that you got to stay at the second tier and you don't want to stay at the second tier, then leave. Go where you're appreciated and celebrated and stop being somewhere that you're tolerated and not wanted and then complaining about it. Also notice that Natalie said the main house sleeps 12 and the guest house sleeps, I believe she said 6 to 8. So that's only room for 18 to 20 people. There's at least 28 people on cast. So Sapphire so are people sharing rooms? Are people getting voted out? What's going on with that? Because it's a limited amount of space. Natalie oh, I don't know. I think some of the rooms have 2 beds. Yeah, okay. Natalie not planning for all of y'all to make it through the season. Now, I'm assuming the way it was planned that most of the girls who are returning and main cast for this season, like Tinkerbella and the new girls who are main cast, Bianca, Meatball, are supposed to be in the main house. And the replacement girls are supposed to be in that guest house because there are 6 replacement girls. And the way Natalie made it seem on episode 1, she's going to have them on the island so that as soon as she want to get rid of somebody, she could immediately slide the replacement in. Jayla's going to say, well, I'm not over what happened and you said you was going to smack me, so I'm not staying in the same house with you. You can stay in the house with these other girls. Jayla, you're not the EP, so I don't know why you think you could tell Biggie where she's sleeping. It was one thing for you to say y'all gonna fight every day. If that's what you want to do, then hey. To me, I feel like you only doing that because you know Biggie not really like that, but neither one of y'all is really like that. Jayla's never scared, but Jayla is not that great of a fighter as y'all put her up to be. But for you to think that you're going to banish her to the guest house with replacements is wild. And Jayla, if you really standing on what you're saying about wanting to fight her every day and y'all going to go every single day and you the one saying you want to keep going, she already said y'all got y'all one. Biggie done. But if you want to keep going, then you should want her in the house. Stand on business. Why are you saying I want to fight you every day, but then saying, oh, you said you want to smack me. I don't want you in the house with me. What? No, have her in the house and do what you said you're going to do. So Biggie saying she is sleeping in the main house. But like I said, okay, Biggie, she telling you what it is. If you stay in the main house, y'all going to fight every day. And you started it by going on social media saying you was going to smack this girl. So stand on business, Biggie. All that crying shit and that victim shit that you be playing, I'm sick of it too. So Jayla says to Biggie, Natalie don't even like you like that, so get off her dick. Facts. So they going back and forth and Biggie like, you know what? I'm going to show you I'm staying in this house. I'm going to go find my room right now. So she starts walking up the steps. Aubrey's like, oh, it's hot in here. And this house is not set up with good air conditioning for all this conversation. So as Biggie is walking, trying to look for a room, you see Biggie and Natalie standing next to each other. Jayla is behind Biggie. So Biggie like, I don't see a room. Natalie, where's my room? Natalie, you playing? Natalie like, no, I'm not. She like, yeah, you are. So Biggie like, oh, that's my room. So Natalie like, girl, take your room. Like, you keep talking to me about it like I'm supposed to do something for you. You're a grown-ass woman. This girl just told you she don't want you to stay in the house. Now it's your job as a grown-ass woman who talked some shit and got herself into some shit to go ahead and find your room. And if Jayla want to try to kick you out, handle that. Like, what? So now they all standing back around the same place where they was before. Like, here. So now Biggie's trying to turn the attention to Tasiki, like, oh, I gave you her chain back. I told you I'm not talking to her. So Tasiki like to Jayla, like, yeah, I mean, I got your chain. And Jayla like, I really don't even care about no chain. Because I think that's what Biggie is missing. It's about the fact that you said you was going to smack her and she know you're not really like that. So now you set yourself up. She's about to keep going with you because she know you really not like that. So it's like they both wrong. But Biggie, you're the one who started it. So you're the most wrong. Because you really should have just left it at being mad at Natalie for asking Jayla the question over and over again on the live. Now you want Tasiki to talk for you and give the chain for you and say you not arguing with her, you not talking to her. Then you should have never went on social media and said you was going to smack her. Because that calls for somebody to do whatever they want to do when they see you. So Jayla's like, listen, I don't care about the chain. Me and you going to fight every day. You not sleeping here. What do you want to do? And she's like squaring up. So Biggie acting like she got snuck and like she wasn't prepared. No, the girl standing right in front of your face, squaring up, telling you, I want to fight you right now. I'm going to fight you every day. So as you see, Jayla pops on Biggie, hits her a few times, and this time Biggie don't want to swing back. And then she's about to start crying. So now we're going to play victim. But you was just the one on your first season saying that you came in the house bullying Stunner Girl. You just was on social media saying you was going to smack this girl. And now you was just on the plane saying, oh, I hope you all in the house so that we could see who could stand the heat in the kitchen. Why you just got punched in the face and ain't do nothing and about to cry? You cannot stand the heat in the kitchen. And you shouldn't have came back for another fucking season. Now in your confessionals is all this victim shit. Oh, Jayla hit me in my fucking face. It triggered me. It made me feel like you caught me at a vulnerable time. But you threatened to smack her in the face on social media. You don't think that triggered her? You don't think that made her feel vulnerable when she came around you and made her feel like, nah, me and this bitch need to handle this shit right now? Like, why is shit only okay for you to be all vulnerable and victimly about? I'm tired of it. So now Biggie trying to go off, oh, Jayla, you're a weirdo. Natalie, you're a weirdo too. Jayla's really not the weirdo. She's only kind of a weirdo because she keep trying to go in with you every day and she knows you're not really like that. But the weird person is really Natalie towards you for getting on that live with Jayla and repeatedly asking Jayla who won the fight between you and Rolly. Jayla clearly didn't want to respond, but Natalie kept asking her. So she finally said Rolly won. You should have never been mad at Jayla for that because you know how this shit go. So the energy you got for Natalie now is the energy you should have been had. If when you saw that live, you took that energy to Natalie, you would have never had this problem with Jayla now. You either wouldn't have got on the season or you would have got on the season and had beef with Natalie solely. Last part will be up by midnight.